Hello, my name is Lucas. This is A Bit of Lit, and I am here to talk about yet another novel that I enjoyed alright. Not quite as much as Jailbird or Dead-Eye Dick, but another Kurt Vonnegut novel that I would say is good. Yeah. Probably my third favorite, so that would be 4 out of 14 novels I would rate as good. Varying levels of good, I guess, but good nonetheless. And not too good, not very good, just, good. But for Kurt Vonnegut, I would say this is still one of his better ones. God knows, 11 novels in, ignoring all of his nonfiction, which is probably his best writing, although A Man with No Country is too cynical and bitter and awful to read. No. That very first one is no good. I don't like that one. Wampeters and something or other. I don't like that one, but his nonfiction is okay. Probably his best writing. Although he's very polemic, When you read him, it feels like he has something to tell you and he wants you to agree with him and see things his way. And I just don't think he's very mature on top of that. And I don't think he has anything that I need to hear. I mean, I've read everything by him except his plays and some of his short stories, and no thank you. But we're gonna be positive. I had to get the negativity out. Just to, keep it honest in a way. I am a huge Kurt Vonnegut hater. I've only enjoyed 4 of his novels, and Palm Sunday is probably his best nonfiction work. I've read all of it now, except some short stories and some in his plays. And that's it. That's all I need. No more. Galápagos is about some people stranded on Galápagos Island after the world economy crashes. I believe it was 1986, in the most utterly devastating way. I mean, unseen devastation, unheard of devastation, that leads to all kinds of horrible problems. But there are people on a cruise. They're going to Galapagos. There's some people stranded there. That's what a lot of this novel takes place. The narrator is Leon Trotsky Trout. Leon Trotsky Trout. And he's dead, actually. He's telling us a story 1,000,000 years in the future, I believe, where humanity has evolved into these seal-like creatures. Their mouths have evolved, their hands have evolved, their body has evolved to be in the ocean, and their brain has evolved to be smaller. Because, again and again, this novel will remind you that a huge part of the problem for people is their big brain, plotting and devising all kinds of terrible things that ruin our lives. Normally, his satire, his ideas, the way they're portrayed and the way he writes them, he has this style of, listen, blah, 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 blah. I don't really like that. But again, I think it kind of works here. I will say this. It is weird to read. A lot of his work is extremely cynical. And there's certainly some cynicism here. But humanity has evolved into a better version of itself, I suppose, although radically different, and with a smaller brain, seems to be much happier. Whatever it is at that point, if you want to call it human still. I suppose it is. What is human? I don't know. But it is probably his most optimistic novel, which I had read in reviews before and in the biography before, that said this was definitely his most optimistic. Although, again, it also said we were on the downtrend, at least in terms of the sort of readership, going from his peak with Slaughterhouse-Five, which is probably his best book, or at least his most popular, although I contend Jailbird and Dead-Eye Dick could be better. You know, and then I know people like Breakfast of Champions, and then there's Slapstick, which is terrible. But, you know, I thought Jailbird and Dead-Eye Dick and Galápagos and Bluebeard and Hocus Pocus and Timequake, it would just be going downhill. That's what the biography says. And it turns out that we go at this peak. We get to Breakfast of Champions. We get to, I can't really reach, you can't see how far I went with Slapstick. Or is Slapstick before? I can't remember. And then we come right back up. Right back up with Jailbird. And then Dead-Eye Dick. And then Galápagos is somewhere around here. And then Bluebeard is kind of somewhere around here. But we'll get to that another time. It's just mostly annoying to read, but otherwise it's still okay. Once we get to Hocus Pocus, everything falls. And I wish he just stopped after Bluebeard. But we're not even talking about Galápagos anymore, are we? No. It's cool.